One of the things that I love the most about archives is that they measure archives not in shelf space but in kilometres. So what I want you to imagine is that there are literally thousands of kilometres of archives all over Australia, and there are at least 500 official archival institutions across Australia. So they might include government ones, the National Archives of Australia, which are based not only in Canberra but in most capital cities throughout Australia. There are state records that hold records that are specific to the state that we live in. And then there are local council records, there might be hospital archives, there might be sporting archives like the Melbourne Cricket Ground, for example, and there might be community-based ones. So, for example, the Australian Gay and Lesbian Archive is a classic example. I recently worked with someone who was trying to build an Australian feminist activist archive and having some difficulties. Now, one of the big challenges that archives have is what to do with their kilometres of special precious material, because in Australia, archives are often the least funded of our cultural institutions. And what that means is that the kilometre space that's available is shrinking all the time. And that puts archives in a very difficult position of having to decide what to keep and what they might have to discard because there's not enough storage space for them. So I think this is a really important question for us, because if things are having to be discarded and we don't know about it, what are we losing that we don't even know that we're losing? And this is why, you know, I often think as I'm trekking my way out to some godforsaken part of the universe to an archival institution, I often think, use it or lose it. You know, if I'm not in there doing something, discovering the past, being a history detective, and if we're not doing that together, then we lose something for which we are actually the shared cultural custodians.